Welcome to another Foolish Thoughts episode. This is Joseph Barone, aka A Fool for Learning, and our foolish thought for today is don't just scroll, delete and unsubscribe. In late April, I was at a dinner event, and at my table were two other gentlemen, among a number of others. One who was much younger than me, and one who was older. The younger one was scrolling through the cell phone in his hand, while the other person, who was at least 10 years older than me, maybe a little more, was looking intently at him. I asked both what was going on. And the older gentleman who uses Gmail, I was told, he told me that he had reached the limit of his Gmail account. He had 15 gigabytes of storage on his email account and could no longer send or receive any email. It seems that the younger person was attempting to delete as many emails for the older gentleman as quickly as possible so that he could once again begin to receive and send emails. In addition, as the younger person was doing this, periodically he'd look up at the older gentleman and ask him about some of the emails received, sometimes hundreds from various companies and organizations. And the older gentleman had no idea many times about these companies, had no clue how he got on their mail list, had no clue about the company, knew nothing about them, but he had hundreds of emails from these various companies and organizations. After chatting, as I was chatting with this older gentleman about his email, it seems that, of course, he, one, receives a huge number of emails each and every day, most of it unsolicited. He never unsubscribes from anything. And most importantly, he never deletes anything. Now, it seems that when he thinks he's deleting, he's actually archiving his emails. So, as part of our conversation, he asked me if I had ever reached the Gmail account max. And I told him, no, never. I think I might have gone as high as 4 or 5 gigabytes, but never reached the max. And he looked at me and he asked me, how did I do that? How did I go about doing that? And I told him that as I read my emails, if I was no longer interested in them, I simply deleted them immediately. Emails that came in from organizations I wasn't interested in looking at, but I wanted to maintain on their mail list, I would just simply delete them. And our conversation continued on a bit about this. And in the end, I gave him the 3 following pieces of advice. First, if you read an email and don't need it, delete it immediately. Second, if you receive emails from an organization and you don't know who they are or how you got on their mail list, unsubscribe. Don't know how to do it? Ask someone younger how to do it. Ask a student, a nephew, someone, they will help you. And they'll easily show you how to do it. This is the second way to cut down on your email storage. And third, if you're worried about deleting something important, don't panic. Remember, in Gmail, if you delete an email, it will go into your trash bin for up to 30 days. And at the end of the 30 days, it will then be permanently deleted. So you can go back and find it if you need it. So, do you think that I gave him the correct advice? Would you have offered the same advice, or would you have offered him some different advice? I'd love to hear from you. And I hope that I have given you something to think about. If you learned something from this this episode, I should say, please take a moment to like, comment, subscribe, or share with a friend. This is Joseph Barone, aka A Fool for Learning, signing out. Remember, learn, perform, succeed.